Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to In the Bag Disc Golf. Today we got another one brand, one round, and it's going to be AXIOM Discs. Now, AXIOM is a offshoot of MVP, and the only difference really is that they're able to do the coloring in the outside of the disc, the little outer rim area. So the disc that we're going to be using today is the Mayhem for our distance driver. Well, that light is killing that. It's got a little bit of a pop top to it, but I don't think it'll have too much overstability. Doesn't seem like it would be. It might be pretty neutral, but it might be overstable. I don't know. Usually pop top means a lot of glide, a lot of stability, so we'll see. Our fairway driver will be the Prism Insanity. I love this disc. This disc is always in my bag, so I'll try not to throw it on every shot, even though I'll want to, but it's very cool looking. We'll try to use that Mayhem more than the Prism Insanity. So the mid-range we'll be using is the Pyro. It's in the Prism Neutron plastic. It's pretty cool looking. Seems like it's going to be pretty stable. And we'll be putting with the Envy in the Cosmic Electron plastic. And it's pretty cool. It's actually the soft electron, so it's a little less stable than the other versions. It's 3.3 -1.2 instead of 0.2. So it should be a pretty stable putter and a decent approach disc. So those will be the only discs that we're using today, and we'll get out there. We'll see how we do. Hopefully we come up under par. Let's get it. This time, one brand, one round. We're doing AXIOM. We'll start on hole 1 with the Mayhem. We should have a decent putt. I like the way it flies. I could put a little more on that. I was expecting it to be a little less stable than that. It's not. It's plenty stable, especially for my arm speed. Okay, so we will be putting with the Cosmic Electron Soft Envy. It's a little bit of a stable one, but hopefully it's understable enough for my putt. Ooh. Oh, we went right in front of the basket. Oh man, that would have been a good bird. All right, let's go tap out for our par. We'll move on to hole 2. All right, so this hole is 352. We'll go Mayhem again, but we'll actually power it up this time. Well, we actually clipped that tree down there, and it would have had a nice flight. It would have flexed over and came back, but we clipped the tree just a little bit and redirected us. We ended up with an okay shot though, but man, that thing had potential. All right, so even with the tree direct back there, which cut off a lot of distance, let's be honest, we still ended up pretty good. We're right here, just short of the gas line here, and usually when I make it to the gas line, I know I've had a good drive. So the fact that we almost got to the gas line here, right here, and we glanced off that tree and kicked over here. If we would have missed that tree, and I mean it was like an inch or so off, it would have flexed and came all the way around. We might have had an actual putt, but in this case we don't. So let's we'll just take a little approach here. I probably need to move you to the side. about that? That looks good. We'll go soft envy. We'll be approaching and putting with this today. Alright, so I thought it was going to be a little more stable by the putt that we had back there, but it wasn't. It still had enough to come back, but it stayed straight and kind of leaked out on me a little. Alright, let's bang out our par. I do like how the cosmic electrons look and the cosmic neutrons look. In AXIOM, it's the electron plastic that's cosmic, and in the MVP it is the neutron. So a little difference there. Alright, we'll go mayhem again. Over behind the trees. Alright, so we are blocked by these trees. As you can see, our lie here. I think we're gonna have to duck down and go underneath, or we can kind of ante around. Maybe I'll just ante around. Let's move you over here so you can actually see what happens. We're gonna put it on a little anti-flex and hopefully get in the basket. The thing is, I can't quite work out the stability on that thing. Sometimes it seems unstable, sometimes it seems stable. I really thought that would hold that any longer. I didn't put a whole lot on it because I didn't want to go 50 long of the basket. But I mean, we still got a decent putt, just not as close as I wanted it to be. I'll take it. Okay, on to hole 4. Alright, I think this is probably a perfect hole to try out our new mid-range here. It's the Pyro. It's a nice stable putter, not putter. I keep wanting to say putter. It's a nice stable mid-range. I really like the way it looks around here. I don't know if you can make any of that out, but the color difference there is pretty sweet. Let me see how close I can get it and stay in focus. But you can see those rivets in there. It's pretty cool looking, but let's see how it flies. A lot more stable than I thought. A lot more stable than I thought. We'll see what this Envy does on a throw. Well, a nice hyzer release. That thing flies good. We were way over top of the basket. I didn't expect it to have that kind of glide. But let's go up and take our real shot. Alright, big putt time. Let's get a birdie. That's all nasty. Ooh. We're not getting the birdie. We're hitting the basket. Alright, taking par again. Alright, mayhem. If we would have got the flare to the basket, oh man, that would have been money. But instead, that left to right wind as soon as it skipped, went up in the air, the wind held it there and it just sat back down. So we got a little longer of a putt than we would have, but it shouldn't be too bad. We would have been pretty close, but we're not. We got about a 20, so let's bang it out. Alright, we got our first birdie. That's terrible, but at least we're under. Okay, so I want to throw the Insanity here, but we got a headwind, so instead of hyzer flipping this and risking it leaking right, we'll just throw the Mayhem again. Splashed out. That should be a decent putt though. Alright, big putt time. We need this one. There we go. Small victories. We only got 217. Let's throw the entropy. I mean envy. Oh, that was an ace run. Okay, so not quite an ace run. It was a little short, but a really good shot nonetheless. Alright, that makes us 3 down. Doing well. Let's get another bird. So even in my regular rounds, I throw the prism here. Prism Insanity. But the headwind got it. Let's see what the Pyro does. That thing is really stable. I don't believe those numbers. Okay, so we ended up on the hill. I usually always throw the Prism Insanity on this hole. It usually does very well for me. It's always in my bag. But the headwind kind of turned it over a little bit, so now we're stuck with the actual putt when we should be under the basket. We almost got in. Taking par. Dang it. Alright, let's go tap out our par. Okay. Alright, so let's go Mayhem here. You know what? We're not going Mayhem. I haven't got to throw this a lot today, and I love throwing this disc. So we'll just hyzer flip it and hope for the best. It flipped up right and rode to the right a little while, but I mean, we'll have a decent jump putt, but not realistic. So let's go knock it out. All right, let's knock out a big putt here. That actually held pretty good. 50 plus feet. into the headwind, and it actually hyzered in the end, so it's not bad. And done. That puts us -3. Not bad. Alright, and there you have it. We just got back. Today we did the MVP round and the Axiom round. I shot both of them at the same time. Just make 2 reviews out of them. If you want to catch the MVP round, I'll put a link right here. But we're doing the Axiom wrap up here. So the Mayhem, it was kind of a little less stable than I thought it was going to be, but it could handle power. Well, the first shot, I just kind of just fluffed it out there. I didn't put everything in it. I just threw it flat and let it eat, and it leaked out right, faded back left. It was good. Later on, we ended up powering up on it, and it could really handle it. It would leak out right on you, but it would always fade back. The Prism Insanity, I mean, this disc is awesome. Everybody should have this disc. It does everything you want it to do. I tried not to throw it as much because I already know that I love this disc, and I knew if I started throwing it early, I'd be throwing it often. So we kind of saved it until the end of the round, and it did well. I mean, I think it was on hole 8. I threw it with my typical little slight ante, and then I usually let it go around the tree and flex back into the basket, but we had a headwind, and it just held that ante and went all the way over. We barely ended up missing our putt. The Pyro, this thing is stable, son. Stable. This thing is very, very stable. So I'll have to get a little used to that. I'll have to start throwing it with a little ante and throwing it real hard to get anything out of it. So that thing, it's almost like a Justice. The Envy, originally got it for an overstable putting approach, but in the soft electron plastic, it's kind of just a stable putter, and you know, it's reliable. In the headwind, it held, it never turned over. When I threw it, I was actually really impressed with how it throws. I put it on a hyzer and just let it flip up flat. It got up flat and glided, and then just started soft hyzering all the way to the end. Never dumped out, never turned over. So that was pretty cool. And it was a decent putter. It wasn't too stable to be a putter. So other than that, we ended up -3 on the Axiom round on 9 holes. So we didn't do too bad. We missed some shots we could have done better on. We made a couple big putts, so maybe it evens out. That's disc golf. You get some, you lose some. That's just how it goes. So -3, not all that bad. Make sure that, as always, you like, share, subscribe. You can click this little guy right here, subscribe real easy. Check out some of these videos right here. Maybe you see something you like in there, maybe a disc that you've been looking at, you weren't sure if you wanted to get. And we'll see you next time on In the Bag Disc Golf.